Welcome to the Elon Effect, your daily check-in with everything orbiting the worlds of SpaceX, Tesla, X, Neuralink, and the Boring Company. I'm your host, Miles Vega. Let's dive in. One of the most anticipated IPOs in modern tech history may be just days away. According to new reports, SpaceX is preparing to file its IPO paperwork as early as this week, setting the stage for what could be a massive public debut. Early estimates suggest the company could raise more than $75 billion, potentially making it one of the largest offerings ever. And that's just the beginning. SpaceX is reportedly considering allocating more than 20% of its shares to individual investors, a move that could open the door for everyday investors, not just institutions, to own a piece of one of the most influential private companies in the world. If that happens, it could create a dynamic similar to Tesla's early days, where retail investors played a major role in shaping the stock's trajectory. The timing also makes sense. Interest in the space industry is surging, driven by falling launch costs, growing demand for satellite internet, and a new wave of investment in orbital infrastructure. SpaceX has been at the center of that transformation. Since its founding in 2002, the company has become the dominant force in commercial spaceflight, largely thanks to its reusable Falcon 9 rockets. More recently, its Starlink satellite network has grown into a global internet provider with millions of users and a major revenue driver. But SpaceX's ambitions go far beyond launches and internet service. The company is now positioning itself as a key player in the future of artificial intelligence infrastructure. There are plans for orbital data centers, essentially moving AI compute into space. And the company recently deepened its connection to Musk's AI startup, xAI, in a deal that reportedly valued SpaceX at around $1 trillion. That number alone gives you a sense of how big this IPO could be. If SpaceX enters the public markets at anything close to that valuation, it would instantly become one of the most valuable companies in the world. And it could reshape how investors think about the space economy. We're no longer just talking about rockets, we're talking about global internet, AI infrastructure, and potentially an entirely new layer of computing that exists beyond Earth. At the same time, there are still big questions. How much of SpaceX will actually be available to public investors? How will the company balance long-term, capital-intensive projects like Starship and Mars colonization with the expectations of public markets? And perhaps most importantly, will investors buy into the vision? Because that vision is massive. Reusable rockets, global satellite internet, AI infrastructure in orbit, and ultimately, making humanity a multiplanetary species. If the IPO filing does happen this week, it could mark the beginning of a new era, not just for SpaceX, but for the commercialization of space itself. For now, all eyes are on the paperwork, because once it drops, the countdown to one of the biggest IPOs in history officially begins. That's your tech news for today. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing and leaving a quick review. The Elon Effect is a Cerebra Media production. I'm Miles Vega, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care.